In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to complete a slip stitch, which is a lovely hand stitch that can be used to hem garments and will give you a really nice invisible finish to the hem. So I've got the pressed edge of my hem allowance here, and I've got the main fabric of the garment here, and I've just anchored my thread within the hem allowance by simply pushing the needle through from the wrong to the right side, and I've just got a little knot on the end of my thread. I'm then going to catch just a single thread of the main fabric of the garment above where my thread came out from the hem allowance, stitching from right to left. So I've just caught a single thread there, and then directly below where I caught that thread, I'm going to insert my needle into the pressed edge of the hem allowance, and I'm just going to slide it along from right to left within that hem allowance, within the fold, about 1 centimetre or so, stitching from right to left again, and just pull that through. And then you repeat that process. So directly above where my thread came out of the hem allowance, I'm going to create another stitch, just catching a single thread of the garment fabric. And you may worry that this stitch won't hold, because that was one of my main concerns when I first started hand stitching, that just catching a single thread or a couple of threads of the fabric of the garment might not hold the stitch in place. But actually it does work really well, and it's absolutely fine, it will work. So don't be afraid of that, because it is the way that you'll get the best finish on the garment from the outside as well. So I'm just stitching again in my hem allowance from right to left and pulling that through, and you just continue until you've completed the hem. So again, directly above where my thread came out of the hem allowance, I'm just going to catch a single thread of the garment fabric and pull that through, and then again beneath that, just insert the needle back into the hem allowance along the fold, right to left again. And you continue this until you've completed your hem. And as you can see, once you get going, actually this is quite an easy stitch to master, and it will give you a really nice finish. I'll show you the other side once I've completed these next couple of stitches so you can see for yourself. But yeah, I quite often use this it's nice for hems. Sometimes if there's a little bit that's a bit fiddly, such as bias binding or those sorts of things, I'd rather hand stitch it with a slip stitch, because it'll just give you a much better finish than if you try and machine stitch it with a stitch in the ditch, for example. So there we have it, that's from the wrong side. And then if we flip it over, because I've only caught a single thread of the fabric of the main garment as I've gone along, you can see it's a completely invisible hem again.